This thing is like industrial that I have, and I'm like, it's got all the different directions it moves and everything. I'm like, this thing's comfortable, and it's like really old, but I don't care. It's like durable. This thing's gonna last me probably longer than I'll live, because this it's made of like I don't know, cast steel or something. It's it's got plastic bits, but like that, the base of this thing is solid as a rock. It's crazy. But welcome to Chaircast, guys. I'm your host, Plasticon. I'm joined by Megamus and a random sideburn. Not sideburns, but you know, a sideburn.
Just one.
Yeah. Are you done? Are you done?
I'm gonna shave this side off. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna shave this side off and just have one sideburn.
You should do that. That'd be funny.
Just one mutton chop.
Yep, just the one.
So what you can do is shave one off one time, then shave the other one off, and then every once in a while do the podcast in a mirror, and then we don't know.
True, very true. That would be hilarious. And then at the end, he reveals that this has happened.
Yeah.
Do some trick photography there, buddy. So since he's done chasing little red cars, he gets to join us and talk about some cool stuff. But before we get into that, we had a couple convention things happen this weekend. I'm going to let Brett talk about his, and I'll talk about mine, and then we're going to move on to the insane reveals and stuff that came out this week. So go ahead, Brett. I'm going to let you take it from the top.
Alrighty. So there were a lot of shows this weekend. I know C2E2 went on. There was one where your comic shop went to.
Playing Comic Con.
Yep, and then there was, I believe, the Lexington Comic Con was.
Toylanta, I believe, as well.
Toylanta went, yeah. And then I went to the Great Ohio Toy Show. And that's in Xenia. Don't even try, it's spelled with an X. Xenia, Ohio. And for me, I mean, it's a little over an hour away. And I was there to sell blockies. Mm-hmm. And that's what I did. So as far as the show goes, I mean, it was really good. I mean, really good. I did really well in sales and got to meet a lot of people. And unfortunately, we usually have a banner, but that, I believe, went to C2E2. Mm-hmm. Or we just couldn't fit it in my car. One of the two. And so people couldn't find us, and once they found us, they were like, "Oh, we've been looking," and so sorry for those guys, you know. But just look for the big mound of blockies. That's all you got to do. Yeah. Because that's where we were, and and some of the neat things were.
You just gotta find the grumpiest person on the show floor.
My wife was there most of the time, so not grumpy. So we had mostly Transformers. You know, we had the action series, which is the bigger ones, and Tarn. We just gotten that in. That was a good sell. I got to do it again, and I go 100% every time they tell me. They're like, "Yeah, we got these new ones coming out," and I'm like, "Just give me a lot of Soundwaves." Soundwave sells 2 to 3 to 1 on all the others. It's just, well, it's the best. Sorry.
I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm really tempted just to have you send me a Soundwave because I'd really like to do one. But the funny thing is I want to do it in the Marvel colors. You know, that kind of purplish color? That'd be so cool.
That would be a neat recolor for them.
Oh, yeah. I'd be all over that.
And then we got new waves in with the Bruticus Defenders build. So we had the kits for those. All that sold well. And such a good time. But we got in right as we were getting everything together. we have gotten in the Wolverine and Spider-Man and Deadpool. So from the Deadpool Wolverine movie, we got those. We got Spider-Man from, and you're gonna have to bear with me. It's a newer game that he's in, so it's in those colors. And then we got in, just happened to get in 2 cases of Venom, which just released.
That's
And
awesome.
we blew through that, just blew through them. It was crazy. And then your staples still sell. Like we had the what do they call it? The classic line, which is like mid-size of Bumblebee and Prime, and then we had the wheelie set. The new Wheelies Wave came out, and Optimus Prime and all that, and so all that did well. So all right, enough about blockies. The show. This show has, I believe it's eight buildings that kind of run in like a semicircle, almost a circle, and you have to go between the buildings, so you do have to go outside. And it was probably 60s degrees, but you had to leave those garage doors open throughout the whole show so people can go between, because otherwise they would be funneled into one doorway. So they made it so that you could get to everything relatively, and as far as the setup goes and all that, and the way they intended for the traffic to go, it was great. As a dealer, and even some people going to the show, it got pretty cold in some of the buildings, just because of that airflow going through. But yeah, but it wasn't horrible. Basically, like I had a hoodie on the whole time, and I was fine. So, wasn't shorts weather. And if you go there, oh my gosh, you name it. Hot Wheels cars, old Marks models and stuff like that. The old like Monster model kits and all that. And all the way up to Star Wars, vintage Star Wars, new Star Wars, G.I. Joe, classified, Transformers, vintage Transformers. For some reason, I was on a kick for GoBots. So GoBots, and you know me, if I find a good comic, I'm going to pick it up. So as best as I could, I never made it to every building. And it wasn't because they were too far apart. There were a ton of people. I mean, a ton. And it got to the point where if I would walk and I'd start to walk into another building and I saw it was crowded, I just skipped it and went to another. And that's not the promoter's fault. There just was a lot of people. I don't know what the attendance was like, but it was in the thousands.
Wow.
I mean, thousands. I mean, more than one. Just big, which was neat because, a vendor doesn't make, or a promoter doesn't make money unless people show up. Vendors don't make money unless people show up and buy, and people aren't going to buy if they don't show up. So, boom, more people. I picked up a few comics, nothing big. And then my GoBot I picked up, believe it or not, and I found it for $10, was the version 2 Leader 1 in blue.
Oh, nice.
And he has loose legs, which I fixed. He's got loose wings, which I'm working on. I'm going to clean him up. Stickers look good and everything, so I think he'll be, and for $10 it was a good pickup.
Oh yeah.
But unfortunately, that's all I picked up. But I saw you go there and you meet people, and of course that's the big thing. Got to talk to a lot of people. I talked to people that remember BotCon and remember me from that and from other shows and everything, and it's just a good time. Um, I wanted this to be, hey, I'm selling blockies, but maybe I can find something for myself. It was just too busy. So, like I said, I grabbed a few comics, and that was pretty much it. But it was a fun time, and for me, it's only being a little over an hour away. I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer. Um, I would recommend the show. I do not remember their fall show being as crowded, and so I don't know. We'll probably wind up doing that one, and I'll let you know. But it might be one of those you might be able to walk around a little easier in their fall show
Hmm.
than in their spring show, because this thing was insane. There were people everywhere.
Yeah, so from what I gathered, at the show I did not get actually a chance to go to. This was from patrons that were coming in to buy stuff at the store. For those that don't know, I work at Back in Time Comics and Toys in Liberty, Missouri. Um, we have a lot of people that come from the show to our store because they're traveling out of state. A lot of people like to go hit up smaller stores in the area to see what they can find that isn't actually at the convention. And a lot of people come there and they get referred from the booth that we have there, which our booth is enormous that we have there at Planet Comic Con. If you guys don't know where Planet Comic Con is, it's in Kansas City, Missouri. Um, it's an enormous show. Last year when I went, it was insanely busy. This year I heard that the crowds basically wrapped around the building like 3 times. It was crazy, like Saturday and Sunday. It was nuts. Um, I do know that we, as a store and as what they purchased or sold there at the show, was a pretty good chunk. I mean, they made a very, very good amount to, like, keep everything going, because this show, and there's one they do in I think it's North Carolina. There's a show or something like that they go to. Other 2 big shows they do every year. So they do a little bit of travel for the one, but since this is kind of in the backyard, it's easier for them to go there and make pretty good bank. But it was really cool seeing all these people coming in to check out what we have in the store. And then people like, oh well, do you, like, if I buy anything like online or anything like that, can I get it delivered? Yeah, like that's the thing. A lot of people don't understand is some of these comic book shops will actually allow you to purchase something online and have it delivered to your house, even if you don't live in the local area. But yeah, it was very, very busy. There's got a kind of a side story that was kind of something that happened to me at the store. I have a longtime viewer of my channel that I had never met, and like Brett knows, back when I went to TFCon, I had people coming left and right that knew me. I'm not at a convention. I'm at a store working, and this guy walks up. He's like, "You're Jason, right?" I was like, "Yeah." It's like, I've been watching your content for like, pretty close to like almost the entire length of what I've had for my YouTube. It was nuts actually meeting a fan in person that I hadn't seen in ages. Or I had never seen, sorry, not seen in ages, but I had never met. And this is a shout out to Josh. Hi. I'm glad that he came in. It was cool to see him. He bought some wrestling figures, which was cool, because it's cool to see
Wrestlers?
Wrestlers. Got some wrestlers.
Wrestlers?
Yeah, he took home a Jake the Snake. But yeah, it's cool to see people that are like really into all different kinds of things. Like us being toy guys are into like Transformers and transforming robots. It's cool to see somebody that is in Transformers, but also collects other things other than that. And to kind of move on to what we got, I personally was like digging through some of the comics and stuff we had there at the shop when I had time, and I ended up picking up the entire run of the Star Wars Dark Empire series.
Dark Empire?
I have the entire set, all 6. Now I need to chase down
Have you
Shadows of the Empire because I want that entire set too.
have you read Dark Empire?
I've only honestly the only one I read was this one here because it's the only one I had when I was
Good.
a kid.
It's a good read.
So I'm reading the whole thing.
Shadows, in my opinion, is not as good, but that's a good one. That's a good read.
Yeah, I want to get. I think it's called Heir to the Empire, which is I think the sequel to this. Correct? If I'm not.
That sounds right.
Yeah, I think it is.
For some reason, I'm thinking Heir to the Throne, but that might be
Heir
it.
to the Throne. That's what it was. Not Heir to the Empire. You're right.
Is it the Throne? Yeah, I can. Because then I think, man, that sounds like a Hobbit title.
Yeah.
And
But yeah, I mean, I'm planning on trying to get hold of maybe a few of the '90s Star Wars comics that happened before Episode One. Like, I think there was a whole lot of fantastic stuff that came out during that time, and that's one thing I have learned. Like when it comes to going to comic conventions, I actually tend to try to gravitate toward getting books now more than just toys. If I do see the one toy that I know I'm not ever going to find on the shelf, or or pay an astronomical amount of money on eBay for, I'll snag it. But normally, I tend to gravitate toward like comic books, stuff like that's kind of harder to find. And at our
it
shop,
only took you a year.
yeah.
I went on that road over a year ago.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's I'm kind of at a point with my toy collection that I'm very very niche on what I want to get for it. Obviously, the Liege Maximo when it releases, duh, I'm gonna get it. But there are certain toys that are coming out that are pretty interesting. One of them that we did want to talk about tonight is kind of a controversial one. We're going to say that for last because that's going to probably be a big tangent thing. But I wanted to try to talk about the anniversary Beast Wars thing because we have Mr. Sideburn here that I would love to hear his input on this, considering it is a multi-pack. And this is almost like a BotCon thing. I kind of like this. So what do you think, Mr. Sideburn?
Well, I'm mixed. So I think if I hadn't, I would be a whole lot more excited for it if I hadn't already bought all the Versus 2 packs. Because these are the Versus 2 packs just in a different set. So I have all the Versus 2 packs. Now, on the other hand, I haven't opened my Versus 2 packs. So what I'm probably going to do now is keep my Versus 2 packs sealed because I think they look great in the box. And use these to have those decos open. Because there was a box picture of this. The box leads to an inevitable assumption that there is going to be a matching Maximal set.
Mm-hmm.
Because it shows the Predacons sort of going towards one side of the box, so I assume there will be a matching set with the Maximals going in the opposite direction. And these are pretty cool. I mean, the decos on these were a lot better for some of them, especially like Scorponok, and all that. Now I don't know if I've seen a price, but this thing's got to be over $200, I would think.
I think what I saw was like $225 or something similar to that. Because I remember talking to one of the guys that came into the shop, and I asked him about this because he's into Beast Wars stuff, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna order it." And I think he said it was like $225 or whatever for the full set. But
I feel like if you didn't have any of the Kingdom stuff, because we're like, it doesn't feel like it, but we're a few years out from Kingdom now. And you didn't get any of this stuff when they were releasing it for the Versus sets, then this is a great way to pick those up and just in one go. Now, how many people will want to drop that much money for them? But yeah, so I mean, I would be a lot more excited had I not already bought these, pretty much. But I still think it's a nice way to re-release all these for the 30th anniversary, and in a um, in a very straightforward way, right? You don't have to hunt down all of them. All of them. You just like here's the season one Predacons, and assume that it'll be here's the season one Maximals, and then the only thing I always have to bring this up. I bring this up no matter when and how we get new Beast Wars decos. Is where is my Predacon Rhinox? I still don't have a Predacon Rhinox in my collection, and I'm not bringing it up until I do.
I understand that. So, what do you think about this thing, Brett? Do you kind of agree with Sideburn on a lot of this, or what?
So I didn't collect the versus packs. Are there any differences at all with the figures in the versus packs?
I mean, I can't say 100% for certain, but it looks to be the versus decos. I mean, I would imagine there's got to be some slight differences somewhere. I mean, this is a Hasbro release, so they're likely to cut corners, but it's hard to say. I mean, the Scorponok looks like how it did. Megatron definitely it has that sort of marble coloration that the two-pack had. So they and like the shininess on Rat Trap and the shininess on the others. So it seems like it's largely the same deco, but I couldn't be confident to say there's not some variant to them that is just not immediately apparent.
I wonder if they're going to come with
Well,
gilded discs.
that's what I was going to say. I would hope. One, I like it. Of course I love Beast Wars. I think the decos look really good, but I would think that if these are straight up just the same paints and everything, I would hope that they'd either do it'd be cool to do like a diorama or something, or something like the golden discs or whatever. Just a little added incentive to buy this for those that did buy them because they were already released. And that'd be neat to see if they did that.
Yeah, because I think that's the big caveat. Because I know they've been doing a lot of re-releases of stuff, like they did that. What was it? Runabout that they re-released that was really hard to find, and all of a sudden there was a ton of them again. I honestly am one of these kind of people. It's like if take for instance, I wanted to get into getting the Beast War, the new Beast War stuff, and wanting to chase down each individual figure. Say you're late to the party, this may be a better bet price wise. I think. I think budget wise, this is probably going to be a lot cheaper than trying to find each individual figure. So I really think this is a good thing. And I think one thing I'm very, very happy about, and Cyber should be too, Beast Wars getting some love on their anniversary. This is a good thing.
It was unexpected. I mean, I would if this is all we get, that's perfectly fine with me. I would just say that it would be nice to get maybe a little extra here and there. Like I would love a proper proper release of something like Transmutate that's not like a Build-A-Figure that has some articulation and stuff. It doesn't need to. I don't need it to be a transformer, but maybe if it was a 2-pack with something else, that would be awesome. But no, like this is really cool. Getting all these guys in these decos. I wish it was just something. I wish there was something more to entice someone like me who has already spent money on already owning all of these in a different form. Because to me, all I'm really getting is a box, and I'm getting an opportunity to open these without having to open my versus 2-packs, because I was still torn on opening those. They were in storage for a while, and I've just not gotten around to really dealing with them. So at this point, with these coming, I will probably just keep them in the box, just pull them out of the sleeve so I can display them mint and sealed. But yeah, it'd be nice to get maybe a little extra out there, but this is also a nice thing to have regardless for the 30th, because it's not like, I mean, aside from very recently, Beast Wars wasn't getting the most love in the world, but it seems to be getting enough lately.
Yeah, I do agree with that. I think this to me is an excellent deal, because how much on average, like, retail would this cost now, you think, if you're buying them all individual versus, like, say the hypothetical $225?
Each of those deluxes, 5 deluxes at like almost $28 each, and then
Yeah, but remember, you could only get that in the Versus pack. So how much were the Versus packs?
yeah, that's true. I don't remember,
Because I've only seen them at comic shops and everything, and I'm pretty sure they were.
probably pretty expensive.
I thought they were close to $100 for a Versus pack. I don't remember what the retail price is.
Yeah,
But if that's true, I mean, you're looking $200 would be a steal for that set. So I don't know.
yeah, that's what I was
I'm
thinking
afraid
is-
they may be putting too many figures in it to where the price point's going to be too high that people aren't going to want to buy it.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, well, and that's kind of what I was thinking a little bit. I mean, dropping $230 at once is a lot. Because I think that versus 2-packs, when they were coming out, they came out like in sequences. So I think it was like 2-packs at a time
Mhm.
over the course of the year.
Did they do a Prime and Megatron Versus pack?
Yeah, I think that
That
was.
one had to be expensive.
Yeah.
I think that was the first one they did, I believe.
That had to be expensive.
Yeah, they're actually stacked up right there. It's all of them right there.
So if you figure the small ones were $50-$60 a piece, what were deluxes or whatever, the mid-size ones, 80 to 90, and then the Prime Megatron was definitely over 100. Yeah, I mean, that set's probably closer to 300.
What I would really love them to do is the top one there is the Rat Trap Pterosaur set.
Mhm.
I want a Pack Rat Fractal set. That's what I want. I want that and my Predacon. Give me that and Predacon Rhinox, and I'll be a very, very happy Beast Wars fan.
I mean, wouldn't he just be a recolor?
Yeah, but his tone, like, he had different tones to his, like, to the metallic bits, and even like he was a darker brown, and then he actually had Predacon symbols on the sides of his head, and his eye color was different, I believe. So he would be notably different on the shelf than Rhinox. So now, but I mean, how many people besides me are clamoring for a Predacon Rhinox?
That's usually kind of how it happens. The next thing on our little agenda here is to talk about what I think is probably one of the weirdest things they've come up with, but it's this transforming Autobot emblem that turns into Optimus Prime. Now, is Optimus Prime supposed to be everything? Because I swear this is all Optimus Prime does, is turn into whatever the heck now.
Yeah, I should be getting my Optimus Prime shield lighter any day now.
I need my Optimus Prime transforming coffee cup.
Yeah, I mean, how do you guys feel about this? Because
I mean, the price
Yeah.
on it. Yeah, go ahead, Brett.
Well, I was two things I was thinking what you just said. Um, but what do I think about this? I think it's dumb. That's beside the point. About putting prime on everything. I have a vintage uh, lamp nightlight that is a prime. There is a vintage electronic toothbrush that is a prime. They put prime on everything. They always have. This is nothing new. I have a cookie jar right in front of me that is Prime's head. I mean, if you remember the little activity with the stamps and everything, the case that held it, that was Prime's head. So it's notoriety. People know him, so that's what they're going to go with.
I mean, I
Getting to
have
this,
this here on my wall. This is a AM radio that
yeah,
turns into Prime's head.
yeah. This thing, I mean, it's fine. I don't understand it, but I mean, if you like it, cool. I don't care for it.
I mean, because I know we were talking about it a little bit in our Facebook chat, but was it you or Don or Cyborg that said something about they should add lights and sounds to this thing?
I think that would have made it a much more attractive package for $47. But
Honestly, that must have been Don that said this because when you posted this, I didn't give this two thoughts. I really didn't. I'm like, ugh,
no, I
don't
mean,
see it.
it was me. But I don't know. I was just thinking. I was just trying to think what really makes this. 'Cause it doesn't sound like it's a very large figure. Um, but yeah, I've seen people pointing out that it's kind of funny that he has a Autobot symbol on his chest in robot mode, being that he transforms into an Autobot symbol. You want to make
Yeah,
sure
but
that
you
you
can't
know
see it
he's an
anymore.
Autobot.
You can't see it anymore. I think the only
um,
purpose of this is for someone who is a collector that goes to work that doesn't really want people to know. So they have this thing. So it's not a toy per se. It's like a plaque, and then you have a desk bot also.
well,
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna go a different route. I was gonna say this is for the like non-collector to buy it and take it and put it on their work desk.
Um,
Because there's a lot
yeah,
of
but
because I
ultimately, I
work
think
in
you're looking at a hidden desk bot here.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I mean I work in a like I work in a little bit of a nerdier place, right? Software engineer, so there's a lot of toys on desks where I work, but um, most of them probably aren't like collectors. They just have some nerdy things, right? I could see this being on a few desks at work. Someone has a Matrix at one of at a desk, so um, I imagine I'll see it at work eventually. This is this gives me that PlayStation Optimus vibe, which I actually have the PlayStation Optimus, just back behind a whole pile of boxes right
Oh
now.
yeah.
Um,
Nothing.
and yeah, this one's not doing a whole lot for me, but I mean, I don't need Optimus in a bazillion forms. Uh, I mean, I would assume that we'll get a Decepticon, and now the question, if we get a Decepticon symbol, is will it be Megatron or will it be someone else?
Well, this is my thing. Why couldn't they have just made this Prowl? Because that's Prowl's face. They could have easily turned him into Prowl. And I think that would have made more sense. And it would have been
I
hilarious.
just don't think, yeah, Proud just doesn't have.
It's the
Proud doesn't
marketing.
have-
Yeah, it's
It's
marketing.
marketing,
Yeah, you're right. It is marketing. But I mean,
100%. I mean,
if it
you go
did
out
turn
and you
into
ask
Prowl,
anyone,
would you
you
guys?
ask people, normal people or whatever you want to call it,
Mhm.
people that don't collect or watch the movies, and you show them this emblem, there are going to be people that understand what that emblem is. It may not be Autobot, but it'll be Transformer.
Mhm.
If you show Prime's face, they're more likely to recognize that. If you show this emblem and say, doesn't that look like Prowl's face? you're probably going to get who? I know Optimus Prime and I know Bumblebee. And that's what you're going to get.
So
Optimus Prime, Bumblebee.
I'm really kind of like, I'm sitting here looking at this thing and I'm like, okay, guys out there that like to do 3D printing, let's print the non-Optimus Prime head, but a Prowl head, and all you have to do is repaint the feet and the hands black, and there you go. You have Prowl. Because think about the Decepticon emblem. Looks like Soundwave, right? It only makes sense if he turned it into
I mean, I think
Soundwave.
there's a non-zero chance that that if they did a Decepticon symbol, it might turn into Soundwave. But I think
You would have a better shot of
Megatron's probably
Soundwave being Decepticon than you do Prowl being Autobot.
Yeah.
yeah.
Because
I
Soundwave
think
actually has more notoriety.
to me, I would think Soundwave. If I had to make an argument, I would make an argument towards Soundwave being more popular than Megatron.
Oh yeah.
But Hasbro's wouldn't make it Megatron just for the matching leader set, but
I could see them doing that, and then later on doing like a double dip thing where they decide to do some slight recolor and release the two of them together.
what they need to do is do the entire 84 cast turning into Autobot and Decepticon symbols.
Ugh. Why?
If they do that, if they do that, I would buy them if they were like core class size. I would be all over that. Because it'd be a bunch of tiny ones, but they don't have to turn into just.
I mean that would be
G1.
fun in a lot of little ways.
Do like all the different fraction symbols. That would be more interesting, I think. Like, I'm pretty sure you would buy, a primal that turns into a maximal emblem. Like, who the heck wouldn't want that? That's kind of cool.
Oh, you'd be all over the G2 Autobot.
Oh yeah, of course I would. Same thing with the Decepticon. Like,
Yeah.
that'd be amazing. I think this has potential if they were to just do something like that. I don't see them doing that, but I would love to see that go that direction.
I don't see it because of all the other things they've done, one and done. They did the tablet. They did even way back with, what was it, Music Label.
Yep.
Why didn't we get a blaster then? I mean,
Well, we did. He turned into a laptop that turned into it was a USB hub.
Oh yeah, see that no, no.
No, it didn't make any sense.
At least Soundwave looked like Soundwave.
And Blaster actually didn't look that bad. I kind of think I think what they were trying to do was what other computer peripherals can we turn him into instead of another MP3 player. That's probably why they didn't do that. But I don't know. I'd be.
What was that one? That was Soundwave that turned into, or was it Optimus? Which one was it that turned into the USB hub?
Blaster.
Yeah, see, I never
No, that
saw
was when they released a bunch of there were several USB devices like.
I absolutely love, and mine broke, Ravage. I thought that was cool as crap.
And they recolored it as Cheetor too.
Yeah, there was a Cheetor, and then they did the Triptychon and Dinobot mouse.
Yeah, I remember those.
I never got those.
Captimus Prime. Daniel Collins brought out the Captimus Prime, the one that turned into the ball cap, and then you got the sneakers.
The shoes.
Yeah, and then there was the shoes, and there was there's been so many things that he's turned into.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. If you're one of those kind of collectors that buys those weird stuff like that, this is straight up their alley. And I hope.
I was surprised. I was surprised they didn't make the soccer ball an Optimus. To be honest with you, but they actually resisted not making him Optimus.
Yeah, I thought that was a really, really interesting thing that came up because I was like, this is so strange. I really wished it did have lights and sound. That's one thing I really wished it did have. But yeah, I mean, what else would you guys like to see them do with this kind of a thing? Like something similar, like I talked about, like different emblems and there's different characters for each one, or what? Go ahead,
Say
Cyber.
that again.
What else would
My
you like to see them do, like with that kind of like going toward this style of thing? That's kind of weird and strange and out there.
I don't know. I'd have to think about that.
hmm,
I mean,
yeah, I'm not sure.
I don't know if it's the vintage portion that I like or what, but like I even mentioned them. Like my Optimus Prime nightlight slash lamp is one of my favorite pieces. My cookie jar, one of my favorite pieces. Would I like to see something like that nowadays? I probably not.
Wasn't there a toothbrush holder?
Yeah,
An electric toothbrush thing?
yeah, they did that, and they did an Ultra Magnus, and they did. I mean, I've got a bunch of stuff for Ultra Magnus too, but I mean, I don't know. Honestly, when it comes to the weird stuff, it's like I don't know if I really want it until I see it, and then I'm like, gotta get it. Because some of the stuff I have, I never knew until I saw it, and I was like, oh, I want it. So, I don't know. I really would just have to see it. I think I don't know. Yeah, I'm thinking in my head, and then I'm like, no, I wouldn't. So I don't want to say it. So, I mean, uh, they got smart guys out there in marketing. Make something. If I like it, I'll buy it.
That's very true. So what do you think, Cyber? Anything?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not super big into like. I bought the console ones, but that's because I'm a gamer, and so it's like a Sega Genesis and a PlayStation as Optimus and Megatron. It's like, yeah, I'll buy that because I'm into gaming, but I can't really think of much that would really spark my interest.
I mean, do you guys remember? I know this isn't actually Transformers related. Well, it is Transformers related, but it wasn't Transformers brand. But you guys remember back when they did the Coca Cola and Diet Coca Cola can that actually turned into a robot? I want to say they were.
Maybe. I
Yeah.
remember some sort of can transformer. Well, but there might have been a can
No,
transformer in
there was a Coke cherry white with red stripe transformer
Mm-hmm.
that wasn't Transformers.
Right.
And that was actually a promotional item, and kind of neat. Actually made it into a couple movies and stupid stuff like that, and like TV series. Kind of neat. It was even on Pawn Stars. Ooh.
Ooh.
I just was thinking in my head, what are some things I like? I like comics.
Mm-hmm.
Make me a transforming comic. You're talking a lot of panel forming. I don't care. I think it'd be cool.
Yeah.
Way out there.
I mean, they did that, like we were talking about earlier, that tablet that turned into
tablet.
Soundwave that was pretty flat.
Correct.
So, use the similar engineering and have it turn in, like you said, like a comic book. Like the front of it's like the comic, and the back of it's like part of the comic. When you turn it into whatever it is, it looks like a robot with comic stuff just all over him. I think that would be gnarly. That'd be really
idea.
cool. I dig that idea.
They can send me money for the idea. That's fine.
Hey Hasbro, you owe us.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
I tell you what, just give us a sponsorship for the show and we'll call it even.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
I'll tell you another thing though that because someone posted that Blocky's Unicron head. I need that in pure gold. Not I don't need it in like real gold. I just need it gold colored. because I need the Unicron head from the Beast Workshop.
Oh, that's true. Hang on.
That could be a good chase variant if they decide to do that.
Ugh,
Oh, he's
don't
got it.
torture me. Don't curse me that way.
Oh, wait a minute.
I kind
Hey,
of want one of those. I kind of want
Well,
one of those.
and then there's
the
a-
Unicron guy over here. I kind of want those now.
There's a distribution special also,
This is planet mode, yeah.
but he's clear.
It's pretty dope.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't have any light.
I could see the translucent, though, in the rings.
Yeah,
Ah,
yeah. I need
that's gnarly.
I need that-
That one's
Unicron
tough to
head
get.
in gold.
Yeah, we need more Unicron, guys. More Unicron, please. Actually, what would be cool is if they had a Unicron that turned into a world globe. I'd be a fan of that. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
It turns into Unicron
Well,
in robot mode.
that's what they-
But it becomes like the Earth as a globe.
Well, that's what
a
they
functional
need
globe.
to do for the Transformers Prime Unicron, right? They need to have him transform from planet Earth into Unicron. Because in Prime, the Earth was Unicron.
But, I mean, I'm just saying it could be a way they could still use the name and actually make it make sense, and people will still want it. Kind of reaches out there a little more. I think it's cool. I mean, we're probably not going to get a Primus anytime soon, so I mean, there we go. But something we ain't getting anytime soon, and I know somebody is on a soapbox about this one, and I'm going to let him have it at it. Thanks to Takara, our Generation 2 Minosaur is coming out through Takara, not Hasbro. And it's a box set. I'm a little mad about this too, by the way. So, Megamus, I know you've got a lot to say about this one, so have at it, buddy.
Well, before I give my opinion, or how ticked off I am, let me ask you this. I haven't seen all the pictures for this. Have they stated whether or not drag strip is actually drag strip or that thing we got?
I mean, if you look on the side of the picture here, it actually does say drag strip on his cockpit.
So that one is different.
It says drag strip on it.
Okay. So have we looked and seen if any of the figures are different?
I don't think they've released.
This is the only
Images of
color
the entire
photo we
set
have.
yet.
And if you look at
Yeah.
drag strip on here, it literally does say drag strip on him. So they have corrected that. Thank
Well,
you.
I can't remember. The one was called Speed something or something.
Well, if you notice, I notice it right away by looking at this. His deco is different. He doesn't have the gold wheels.
Is that
The stripe
head
on the
for
side-
Minosaur different?
Which one? The Minosaur head?
Yeah,
That I'm
or is
not
that what it
sure
looked
on.
like?
Well, but we've never got a G2.
Well, but is that the same
Hasbro
head that
release.
was on the G1 Minosaur or the normal Minosaur?
Well, even if it is, we haven't seen what the Hasbro release is. What I'm trying to get at is if these are going to be different paint apps, then okay, I might be interested in getting it. I'm still ticked off at the fact that you led us along for all this time, and then rather than finish what we've been doing, you throw this out before you release the last one.
Well,
So
that's the thing. There's two they haven't released. We're
Correct.
behind on two. Which is bad.
So, am I mad that they're doing this? No. Am I mad that they didn't do the other two first? Yes. Depending on how different it is, and if we're ever going to see the other two, that will make me decide if I want to buy this or not. Because we still don't know if the other two are being released. I don't think there's ever been a release date for Motormaster.
No, I don't think they've even said they plan on doing it. I think they've said it's not out of the question, but they've not said that it's in the works either.
Well, yeah, I mean, the thing is, with this whole situation, it's like they've had the molds for I don't know how long. How hard is it for them to shoot this in the correct colors to release it? Because they've had, I mean, we know what Wild Rider is going to be. He's basically a repaint, a slightly remold of Breakdown. So I mean, there isn't much they have to do there, other than shoot him in yellow.
Well, they've already done the figures. All right,
Yeah.
they've already done the figures. They've already got the tooling. All right, you can't tell me that they can't place the last one, not Motormaster, in a lineup, and then they're all worried about how they're going to do Onslaught and find a place to put him in. Here's an idea: do a case assortment of those two. There you go. There's your assortment. Problem solved.
Yep. I 100% agree with that. And Daniel Collins is like saying, "Where's my G2 Protectobots?" I was saying that back during Combiner Wars.
I'm thinking we need the first Protectobots, and then maybe.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, though, out of all the color schemes and everything, if they do it right, a G2 Superion would look amazing.
I mean, to
with
be
those
honest,
colors.
Menace, even Bruticus would look good in the G2.
Bruticus
colors.
would look absolutely.
Yeah. So I mean,
maybe if this goes well in, for Takara, that maybe they'll do other box sets for the G2 colors. We seem to be entering.
Don't start us doing individually and then throw this on us.
Well, no, but I mean, I think that's sort of blaming because it seems like Takara and Hasbro aren't as
playing nice.
Not so much that they're playing nice. It just doesn't seem like they're the whole brand unity thing is being followed as strictly anymore. Takara seems to be doing its own thing. I don't know how it would be interesting to know how much influence Takara or Hasbro had on Takara and vice versa for these decisions. I think if we were to be able to pick people's brain, the G2 versions of the Stunticons that were released were filler in Hasbro's eyes.
Could be.
This in Takara's eyes is the only way they think they would release a G2 version is in a box set where you.
Yeah, but it also could be that Hasbro hasn't asked for those. Takara sees there's a need for it, and rather than wait on them, we're just going to throw out a box set, be done with it. Boom.
Yeah, well, maybe there's kind of this. I feel like that's two ways to say the same thing because this is their whatever their new Legends line is, part of their T-Spark stuff, and T-Spark seems to be just, it's kind of exciting a little bit that Takara is just back on doing their own thing, in some ways because we remember the time when Takara used to do their own thing. You used to wait for the Takara deco if you wanted the better deco, right?
You wanted the chrome. Got to get the chrome.
Yep.
So it's kind of exciting to see it coming back to that. Like a lot of the stuff coming out of T-Spark, like the the Zoids transformer, the Macross transformer, all these things coming out is really cool to see. But yeah, I mean, it does really sting for all the people who started buying into these with the expectation that there would be a finished.
Well, as long as they finish it,
and they might, because if you remember back in Combiner Wars, Takara's the United line had the actual limbs. They had the actual fifth member for Minosaur. For Minosaur, for Superion and them, because we got those new members, Alpha Bravo and whatever that other guy's name was, Rook.
Yeah.
So that at that point, Hasbro eventually released those singularly into the U.S. market through. It wasn't quite Hasbro Pulse yet, but it was. I think
Early
it was
stages.
it was an online exclusive at the time. Um,
I think
so
it's
there's
called
always a
Hasbro
chance
Toy
that they
Shop
might.
or something's what they called it back then.
Yeah, yeah. So there's always a chance they do that. It's just, you know, it's asking people to gamble. Because if this sells out, it's going to be expensive. Um, and if they never do it, then you've gambled on, holding out for the two you need instead of buying a complete set. So
I mean, that,
I don't envy anybody. I could just skip all this. I don't have to.
I mean,
I don't have to deal
this
with
is the
this.
thing. Like, if, say, for instance, they only do this
Someone's
through
having a party.
Takara, right? And when they do it only through Takara and you can't get it here in the States, what do you think is going to happen to Combiner Wars Minosaur, the G2 one? That thing's going to even skyrocket even more in price because nobody can get hold of this one because it's harder to import and get hold of. And
Well, I
I
imagine
know
that
some
this
people weren't
will
the
have a
biggest
release in
fan
Pulse.
of that. I personally liked the Combiner Wars Minosaur G2 because, first off, full box set, didn't have to hunt them all. And second, I'm just like, I actually like the interchange playability of them, the actual Scramble City. But with this does look fantastic, but if you're holding out for it, I don't, how much, does anybody say, like, how much this is going to retail for? Does anybody have any idea?
I've not seen anything yet. It's going to retail for a lot.
Yeah. So I don't, I mean, we know it says the pre-orders will start on April 3rd, so we'll find out here
Yeah,
shortly.
which I assume. I mean, I assume it'll go up on Pulse as well. None of this stuff has not been distributed through Pulse. It'll come in that black box.
Has Monstructor been put out there yet on Pulse yet or not? Or is that still kind of
Pretty sure
in
it
the
did.
hang?
I'm not sure.
I don't know if that one's out just yet.
Maybe it was only revealed.
Because I can't remember for sure on that one. Because I know that was announced not very long ago. So I'm crossing my fingers that this thing is like. How much do you think this is going to cost for the box? The box.
Yeah, it's for pre-order on Pulse for
For
$89.99,
okay.
$90.
Okay. So about what Dino King was then. That's at least comparable. So my question is, I guess you guys know that the Takara Asian market dropped this as the G1 set, box set. How much was that one? Do you guys know?
No, I don't know.
Don't know.
I don't either. Like if
Did
anybody
they drop those?
knows, like because how much do you think this is going to be then? Like roughly.
Talking about the
The
Legacy
G2,
Evolution.
yeah, this one. This one here we're looking at right now, the G2 Minosaur.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see if I can find. Well, because you were talking about the Legacy Menosaur pack that they released. I'm trying to see if I can find a retail price for it.
Because we can find out how much that one is. We could probably average on what this one is, because it's probably going to be pretty close to the same.
The price I was seeing that sold on Big Bad Toy Store was $285.99.
Okay.
So probably somewhere in the upper 200s. Imagine. I don't know how much of a BBTS tax there is on that. I assume this probably got some sort of release through Hasbro Pulse too.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it have? So.
Well, hopefully it'll be around that same price, because you got to remember when that one was released. I think that was released about a year ago, something like that.
Nice.
And I'm just thinking of inflation, so probably banking more on 300 for this, probably because of inflation. I'm hoping not, but
Yeah,
I don't see that being that's a hard pill to swallow, kind of thing. You know what I mean? That's a lot of money to spend on a combiner, but
All right, that was the. I answered my question by looking this up. I answered my question because I had never actually paid attention to the. It's Menosaur's head before.
mm-hmm. So it is the
But
same.
it is the same head.
Okay.
It's like it, yeah.
So it's literally a redeco, is what it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess that solves that mystery. So, you guys have any more thoughts about this before we wrap for the night? Because I know we have to leave early because some of us are pretty tired. It's been a very long weekend. I know I'm exhausted from working, and I have work again tomorrow. And I know Brent has work in the morning. I'm sure Sideburn does.
I do, but it just involves, or I walk from my bedroom to here.
He's got the longest commute ever, guys.
Yeah.
I know, right?
I mean, mine's right down the road, but I mean, still. Unfortunately, on all of us, Brett here's got to drive like
Yeah.
15, 20 minutes or
The one day a week
I
I do
know.
go in.
What the heck? I thought I had it easy.
The one day a week I do go in, it's a 35-minute drive one way, but
Oh my god!
I
so
thankfully I thankfully don't have to do that every day anymore. Just once a week.
So, any final thoughts on any of this before we wrap for the night?
I want my Leo Kaiser.
It'll
Oh,
show
my-
up one day.
I'm on my Shildamus Prime.
Yeah,
It's coming. It'll be here soon. It's
probably
in
get
the
there
mail.
before my Leo Kaiser.
In the mail. I definitely will get there. It's because it's probably coming this week. So.
I'm
Yeah.
going to be ridiculous here, going on the tangent of the Autobot emblem that turns into Optimus. I want a working computer that turns into Teletran 1.
I think at this point I'll get Barasuit Prime before you get your Leo Kaiser Megamus.
Yeah.
That's the Macross. At least, but yeah. Also, what a missed opportunity with that that masterpiece RC not to give her the jank looking prototype head because they're releasing her in prototype colors.
Yeah, I
They
was
should
kind of
have like a
confused.
swappable head just thrown in there that looks like that. That'd be hilarious. That or don't tell everybody they're getting it, and then whenever they get it, it's like, what the heck?
Well, it's hard to know what
Surprise!
accessory she comes with, but probably not because I haven't transformed mine in a while, but I don't think there's a whole lot of room in there for a much larger head or anything like that. But a swappable head in robot mode that you have to swap out to transform to me would be acceptable, but I don't think the original necessarily.
What
had
they
that
do is they
function.
do the weird prototype head that pops off, that becomes a headmaster.
Gosh.
That don't curse Don because then he
Hey,
has
you know
fire.
what? If this happens, Don deserves this. He needs this too. And Don is off on assignment. He'll be back next week with us to, shoot shit like we always do every week. But I think we're pretty much done for the night. We're gonna all go and go get some sleep and some rest and all that. So you guys tune in next week. We will be covering some more craziness. Probably hear Don's take on some of this nonsense. Hopefully we'll have more pictures of some of this stuff, and maybe we might have somebody end up getting their Lio Kaiser hopefully soon.
Holding my breath.
Don't turn blue.
That's right.
All right, well, that being said, I'm going to have you guys say your sign-offs, and we're getting out of here. Go ahead, guys.
Good night, everybody.
Yeah.
Good night, y'all. See y'all next week.